In male attire, police arrest a woman who was dressed in men's clothing. Scandalous, queer adjacent, juicy. Let's read on. A woman attired in men's clothing was discovered in a boxcar by Special Officer Joseph Sourwine. When he approached her, she jumped out of the car and ran down the platform to Northampton Street. The officer was closely following, finally overtaking her near the depot. It goes on to say she was attired in a black suit of clothes and wore a slouch hat. Her hair was cropped short and parted in the middle. When asked why she traveled in male attire, she said that she thought she could get through cheaper. What's important to note here is that Margaret Jenkins hadn't actually committed a crime, at least not in the way we would think of one today. Though every day it feels like it's getting more that way. At the time, many cities enforced so-called three-piece clothing laws, which allowed police to arrest someone if they weren't wearing at least 3 articles of clothing associated with their assigned sex. But the point was that they gave authorities broad power to stop, question, and detain people whose gender presentation didn't conform to societal expectations. It's literal gender policing. So what the newspaper frames this as suspicious behavior, what she was really being policed for wasn't theft or fare evasion. It was crossing a social boundary. Clearly, this woman didn't seem like she was queer, but it even goes to show that the laws that are happening today affect people who are queer and trans, but they also affect people who aren't. Does this story have anything to do with our ghosts? No, but I love any opportunity to digress into a discussion of the suppression of queer identities and gender expression throughout our nation's history, because queer people have always been here, and we always will be.